Hello YouTubers and welcome to the beginning of a new week. We have reached another Monday and you know what that means. It's another Suit Monday to begin the week off right, because remember, look good, feel good, row good, or enter any activity in the third. But of course it doesn't always have to mean to wear a suit to start the week off right. You can do it any way you like. It could be looking in the mirror in the morning first thing and saying, I got this, or you got this, because we got this, Yam Squad. We're starting the week off right. We've got this week. But now, first things first, we've got a weight session to do. So taking care of Yam, getting him rested, and then getting on, I think, deadlifts this morning. And then we're talking about fitness and for rowing. Oh yeah. And we've made it into the crew room post-weight session to fuel up on the breaded egg toast today. So we'll fuel up and then a little bit of a chat about fitness for rowing before we get on the water. The water's looking nice today. Hopefully we can take full advantage of it. And we've made it off the water for another session in the Quattro, or the first session in the Quattro for when was the last time we were in a 4? Way before Henley. But now it's time to go fuel up, because that's what you do after a session, because food is fuel. Oh yeah! And we've made it into the crew room post rowing on the water to fuel up. We have some delicious, or almost finished, pretty much finished. We've got some delicious cottage pie for fueling up today for lunch, because remember, food is fuel. But we're talking about fitness today, and the reason I wanted to talk about fitness, on top of people asking about how do you get fit for rowing, was the fitness gains I've been feeling over the past sort of week. Because I was thinking, oh well, I did the 10 by 3 minutes at 20-ish, 21/22. And then I did UT2 at 19-20-ish. And I was thinking, oh, it's because I was pulling hard at the same rate that the UT2 stuff was getting easier. But then I thought about it, and I didn't take time off after Henley, but I reduced the training dramatically, and I've only been doing 2 sessions a day for the last few weeks, but also like 1 session and then sleeping in and all that. We've discussed that before, but it's been 8 weeks, almost 8 weeks of solid, continuous training. Not necessarily hard all the time. The last couple of weeks we've had some very intense workouts, but fitness is about continuous, consistent exposure to raised heart rate, stress on the body, not necessarily like huge amounts of stress, but just consistent amounts of stress. So that's what I wanted to sort of talk about, is lots of people ask, how do I get my 2K faster? How do I get my 5K, 6K, 10K, half hour free rate, 20K, whatever it is, how do I get it faster? When in reality, to get fit for rowing, or any sport in general, to get fit is about putting in the hard work for a long period of time. And unfortunately, that does take a lot of time. But it's also not like a special thing, it's not a secret thing. Like, it's not as if, oh, that person's doing that differently. It's more, that person's putting in the time, the dedication, and working hard to do it. So yes, it might take more time than, say, that special workout, but it isn't a difficult thing to do in a day, kind of thing. It's difficult to do over time, but it's not difficult to say, today I'm doing a workout, tomorrow I'm doing a workout, and then eventually get into a little routine. So that's what I wanted to make sure, because that's what because basically that 5x1k the other day and the UT2 on Friday just felt like it was getting that bit easier. And I know a lot of people discuss, like I go through the rowing subreddit as well occasionally, and there's a lot of people saying it's not getting any easier, why not? And then you see the comments, you speak to them and saying, I've only been erging for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, when really your body adaptation can be, sometimes 12 weeks could be the start of the adaptation, depending on what you're looking at, strength or whatever. Ed, what do you think?
I think adaptation is definitely the key thing. You're trying to make your body as well adapted to rowing as it can possibly be. And it does take time. There's no silver bullet either. A lot of people want to have, what one workout can I do to get better? There is no one thing you can do, and it is just a lot of pain. When I studied it at uni, the lecturer was sort of saying, if you trained for a week and then had a week off, you would see no benefit whatsoever. And your training history makes a big difference. So if you train for 6 months and have a week off, you probably won't see any difference after having had the week off. You wouldn't be much worse, maybe feel a bit out of condition or whatever. So consistency is definitely a big thing. And for people who've been training, like me and Cam, probably been training like realistically 10 years almost for me. There is like a big background of training, and that's just one thing that you have. If you haven't had that, you can't really replicate it, apart from just keep going with it. I'd say that like people want to get quick very quickly, whereas you can't really do that. There's no way of doing it. Like in 2 weeks, you're not going to take 10 seconds off a 2k unless you are going from 0 to whatever.
Yeah, like a lot of people talk about Ollie Ziedler, who's barely rowed, but his training history is still vast. Like, he was a very good swimmer, or he was a very, well, I actually don't know the standard of his swimming. I'm assuming it was good, but he did. He was definitely fit. He trained and swam.
Yeah, there are always, I don't want to call him a freak, but he is a bit of a freak of nature.
He's a big lad.
He's a massive guy.
Probably his engine is very good. So that would be the only silver bullet. Then that's where it's like you start off ahead of someone. Like, you might have bigger lungs, or you might be taller or bigger levers.
Maximising your own potential is all you can do.
Yeah, and that's what, so yes, someone might have bigger lungs, taller, but if they've not put in the time, the consistency, the effort, they will fall back at some point. Can't really tell where that point would be, but if you're consistently training more than that other person that you're competing against, that you may think they're taller, so they're going to be better, or they've got a better 2k than me right now, so they will be selected, or whatever. If you put in the harder work for a longer period of time than them, then in theory you will be fitter than them. But it's not always about fitness. It can be about, obviously, rowing is a rowing sport, so it comes down to a lot about technique as well. So not just about fitness.
Rowing is a rowing sport.
Rowing is a rowing sport. Deep fact here on today's vlog. But I think that will be it for today's video, after a little bit of weights, a little row as well. And then we're actually watching John Wick Chapter 2. Excited for John Wick Chapter 3 at some point, probably soon. But as always, Yam Squads, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Ed's look today. Doesn't he look fantastic?
Flow.
And I'll see you tomorrow.